Junior year of college, I'm sitting in advertising design class, and all of a sudden I start to have this familiar feeling starting to come in. My eyes started to lose their focus. My hearing started to turn to static. This intense feeling of fear just started to run through my body. I knew it was happening. It was happening again. And as I sat there just trying to ride out this feeling of this just fear, this terror running through my body, I realized that the girl sitting next to me was looking at me. And then I realized that the whole class was looking at me. The professor had asked me a question. He wanted to know about this project that I was working on. And all I could do was just kind of stammer out a couple of words like, well, it's a map for the subway. And it's like for each station. And when you get off and it just kept fumbling out of me. And he didn't seem to get what was going on, but the class definitely did. I could feel him look at me, look back at him, look at me, look back at him, as he kept asking me follow-up questions. I just kept stammering through it before he finally just gave up on me and moved on. I sat there in my seat thinking, what the hell is wrong with me? Why does this keep happening? And when is the next one going to happen? I didn't know, because they just would come on all of a sudden out of nowhere. See, at that point, I didn't know what a panic attack was. I didn't know what I was experiencing. All I knew was that my body would start to just shift and my vision would close down. My hearing would get all funny. I'd start to have this intense fear and terror running through me. And I'd just wait and ride it out. These continued to get worse as I approached graduation, and even worse after graduation. See, I was lost. I just felt like I didn't fit in. I was really trying to avoid my future. Then one day I was sitting in my bed, still living in that same crappy college apartment after graduation, mattress on the floor. I was looking at my dirty clothes that were spilling out of my closet on the floor. You see, I was just starting to get my focus back as I was recovering from another anxiety attack. I couldn't stop thinking about my future. What did I want to do next? Did I want to use my business degree and go work at a big insurance company like my friend Chris? Did I want to go into grad school like my friend Justin? As I sat there thinking about my future, whether I'm going to be a business person or maybe a counselor or a teacher, none of it felt exciting. None of it felt interesting. And none of it was inspiring. All I could see was people trying to get ahead and create what they thought they wanted in the world by stepping on each other and trying to put themselves first. And I couldn't see my future doing any of it. Then it hit me. Why the hell isn't there more support for people my age in this situation? We go to elementary school and then middle school, then high school, and then either we go into college or into the workforce. But the world just dumps us out when it's time for us to make the most important decisions of our life. And all that support that we had growing up seems to just fall away. And as I sat there recovering from that anxiety attack, I thought to myself, man, if I ever figure out how to deal with this stage of life, how to deal with what I'm experiencing, I'm going to teach it to other kids that are going through the same thing that I am right now. This past year, as I was working on creating the Aligned Living Foundation, that memory came back to me. And I realized I was finally making good on a long forgotten promise I'd made myself 30 years ago. So I'm so glad you're here today, and I hope we can really be of service in helping bring more clarity and purpose and direction to you and your life.